When you look behind the world's biggest YouTuber, Jimmy Donaldson, better known as MrBeast, you expect million-dollar stunts. But in 2018 and 2019, this charity-driven empire was exposed for a nasty side, a toxic workplace. The allegations came from former editors and employees, including Matt Turner and Nate Anderson. They claimed the MrBeast set was a horrible and intimidating environment. Employees faced unrealistic deadlines and were allegedly subject to verbal abuse and public humiliation if they failed to meet MrBeast's unhinged perfectionism. Turner specifically claimed Donaldson called him an idiot and severely impacted his mental health. When these claims went viral, MrBeast publicly denied them as lies, claiming the employees were acting out of revenge. However, the consistent stories from multiple former staff proved a severe lack of basic professional respect. This controversy exposed that the real life behind the charity-focused brand is just as messy and high pressure as his content. Jimmy Donaldson launched MrBeast Burger in 2020, promising a nationwide virtual restaurant chain. It was an instant success, but the food itself quickly became the controversy. The major backlash stemmed from the restaurant's ghost kitchen model and a severe lack of quality control. Instead of using dedicated restaurants, MrBeast Burger partnered with existing, often low-quality kitchens. Fans across the country reported receiving burgers that were raw, cold, missing ingredients, or outright inedible. Social media was flooded with images of disgusting food, proving the brand was prioritizing rapid expansion over quality and hygiene. The entire fiasco culminated in Donaldson filing a lawsuit against his partner, Virtual Dining Concepts, VDC, claiming the company damaged his reputation with their poor quality. VDC immediately countersued, arguing that MrBeast's public criticism was what actually harmed the business. This proved that MrBeast was more concerned about saving his brand than fixing the terrible food fans paid for. The food was awful, and the brand was left with a foul taste. One of the most unique controversies surrounding MrBeast's brand involved his longtime co-star, Kris Tyson. Kris, formerly Kris, publicly came out as a transgender woman in 2023. The backlash was immediate and severe, primarily coming from toxic elements of the internet who launched hateful transphobic attacks. They criticized Kris's appearance and demanded she be removed from the channel, claiming her transition would ruin the wholesome image of MrBeast content. Meanwhile, the channel faced criticism for its older videos featuring Kris, which were seen by some as insensitive or contributing to a toxic culture before the transition. MrBeast publicly stood by Kris, keeping her featured prominently in his videos. However, the controversy exposed the ugly side of YouTube's mass audience. The situation forced MrBeast to use his massive platform to take a firm public stance on a major social issue, proving that even a creator focused on money and stunts cannot escape the polarizing realities of the internet. In 2024, MrBeast found himself in a messy legal battle over his planned reality competition show, Beast Games. This wasn't about bad burgers or workplace drama. This was about a staggering $100 million contract. MrBeast filed a lawsuit against Beast Games, LLC, his own production company. He claimed the company was acting in bad faith and was deliberately trying to sabotage the show's production. The legal documents detailed a bitter dispute over creative control and the massive financial terms involved in bringing the show to Amazon Prime Video. The key issue? Who controlled the Beast brand? MrBeast wanted to reclaim all creative and commercial rights, arguing the company's demands were unreasonable. This lawsuit pulled back the curtain on the extreme corporate complexity of the MrBeast brand. It showed that even YouTube's biggest star is just another businessman fighting for control over his own empire. It was a harsh reminder that at the $100 million level, everything, even the name Beast, is a matter of legal negotiation, not friendship. The Lunchley drama. This highlighted the ethical questions surrounding the scale of the MrBeast brand. The issue centered on MrBeast's association with Lunchley, a platform designed to connect ghost kitchens like MrBeast Burger with traditional smaller restaurants. Critics, particularly food industry observers, argued that MrBeast and Lunchley were exploiting struggling local businesses. Small restaurants, desperate for business during tough times, were allegedly signing deals that gave MrBeast a significant percentage of profits. with little return on the massive logistical strain of producing low-quality burgers. This revealed the cynical side of the virtual brand boom. MrBeast was accused of using his fame to financially leverage small businesses, not uplift them. The drama proved that while MrBeast gives away money in his videos, his real-world business model often involved powerful figures profiting heavily from the desperation of smaller local entrepreneurs. For a brand that targets millions of children, the exposure of an association with a registered sex offender was a severe blow to MrBeast's reputation. The central issue involved Jake the Viking, a former collaborator, not a core team member, who had prior convictions related to a sex crime from 2004. Although this information was public, critics questioned why MrBeast continued to feature Jake in videos, thereby exposing millions of young fans to a convicted offender. Furthermore, questions were raised about the vetting process for the hundreds of people who participate in his challenges. The pressure on Donaldson was immense, demanding he address the moral lapse of associating with such individuals. The controversy forced MrBeast to distance himself from Jake the Viking. This incident proved that at the scale of his operation, moral responsibility is often sidelined by the chaos of constant content creation. It was a jarring reminder that the charity-first image doesn't always translate to proper due diligence and child safety. MrBeast built his colossal brand on the promise of fairness and life-changing money, but several instances brought serious allegations that his widely publicized giveaways were rigged or not entirely transparent. The accusations range from using the same winners in multiple challenges to outright deception regarding the actual amount of money given away. Critics highlighted videos where winners appeared to be pre-selected actors or existing acquaintances, undermining the narrative that the winners were genuine, random participants. The most damaging claims suggested that some winners only received a fraction of the prize money announced on camera, with the rest going toward taxes or other hidden fees. While MrBeast vehemently denied these claims, the controversy exposed the deep cynicism within the YouTube community. It questioned whether his charity was a genuine act of giving or simply an expensive special effect designed to maximize views and profit. When $10,000 is on the line, the audience expects absolute transparency, not the possibility of a staged performance. The core of MrBeast brand is charity, making the Grocerygate controversy a particularly damaging strike against his image. This scandal wasn't about the lack of giving, it was about the staging and waste involved in his massive giveaways. The controversy arose from a former employee's testimony and widely shared leaked footage. Critics claimed that for certain videos, MrBeast would buy an absurd, unnecessary amount of groceries, like 100 boxes of cereal, just for a single chaotic shot. They accused him of making these huge purchases, often clearing entire store shelves, not for actual donation but purely for the visual shock value needed for the video thumbnail and climax. Furthermore, there were allegations that after filming, much of the perishable food would be wasted because the sheer volume made it impossible to donate properly before expiry. This scandal exposed the cynical truth that for MrBeast, the image of charity often outweighs the actual act. He was accused of exploiting the concept of giving for viral content. It was a harsh reminder that when you prioritize the perfect shot, you risk turning a noble act into a calculated, wasteful performance. MrBeast is the undisputed king of the YouTube algorithm, but his obsession with optimization led him straight into the AI thumbnails controversy. This scandal wasn't about what was in the video but the deception used to make you click it. The backlash erupted when viewers noticed a jarring consistency in his video thumbnails, particularly the use of extreme facial expressions. Eyes wide open, mouths agape, perfectly framed astonishment. Soon, critics and tech experts provided evidence suggesting that these expressions were not authentic reactions, but rather AI-generated edits or deepfakes applied to real photos. The goal was simple: to create the most emotionally heightened, psychologically optimized image possible to guarantee a click, a practice known as hyper-real optimization. The controversy exposed MrBeast's willingness to cross ethical lines in his relentless pursuit of the highest click-through rate (CTR). By using AI to manipulate his own image, he proved that his primary concern is algorithmic domination, treating his face and his viewers' attention as purely data points to be optimized, not authentic human elements. It's a prime example of the tech king prioritizing clicks over honesty. The biggest criticism leveled against MrBeast isn't just about money. It's about the moral line he frequently crosses by turning serious suffering into clickbait entertainment. This is the exploiting death controversy. The backlash reached its peak with his video titled, "I Buried Myself Alive for 50 Hours." Critics argued that sensationalizing a situation that closely mirrors fatal accidents or severe trauma was highly irresponsible, setting a dangerous precedent for copycats and trivializing genuine life-or-death events. Furthermore, his videos often feature contestants facing extreme hardship or near misses, where the drama is heavily edited and hyper-focused on the potential failure or injury. This creates an environment where human suffering is the central commodity. The underlying accusation is that MrBeast treats tragedy as a budget item. He profits immensely by maximizing the fear and dramatic tension associated with death and injury. This exposes a creator who is willing to flirt with the ultimate ethical boundary, using the spectacle of human vulnerability to feed the relentless machine of content and algorithmic success.